This video is a demonstration on how to enter standards grades. First, make sure that you have selected current classes. Now, if you have more than one class, you'll see your current classes sitting in this list, and make sure the current year is 13-14. But if you select current classes Q1 or S1, you'll see your current list of classes. Second, make sure the reporting terms is current. For the start of the year, it's going to be Q1. If you're later in the year, you need Q2 or Q3. You can select them from this list. Don't enter standards grades in all or year one or this week or next week. Just enter grades in either Q1, Q2, Q3, or Q4, depending on the current term. We're going to set ours at Q1. Finally, click Final Grades, and that will populate the standards across the top of your window. As you can see, a couple of standards already have grades in them. The first one here, there's a 4. If you want to see what the possible grades are for the standards, if you right click in the cell, you'll get this pop-up window, and if you mouse over grades, you'll see here's the possible grade options. So I'll select a 3. I'll go down here and select a 2. You can do that. So now you know they're going to be a 4, 3, 2, 1 or 0. You can actually just type and enter grades like this if you want to. There is another way. If you know that most of your kids in class get certain grades, say a 3 or a 4, you could right click again and click Fill Scores. And at this point you get this Fill Final Grades pop-up window, and right down here you can select the grade you want to enter, and I'm going to do a 3 in this case, and hit OK. That's going to populate all 3s for every student. At this point you can come in and click on the cell and delete and hit the new grade, so you can change them. You can hit a 1 there if you want to. You can even delete them and leave them blank. So that's how these work. Now, there is a special one. This right here, there's a little C. That C means comment, and this column right here is for your comment. If you want to put a comment for the student, you double click and you get a pop-up window that looks like this. And at this point, you're able to type a comment, and you're limited to 525 characters. So, and all you gotta do is start typing. Your son is a joy to have in class. And as you notice, as you type, the number of characters left goes down. And once you get done, you can hit close. You're going to see now there's a comment. If you want to go back and look at that comment, you just double click, and the window will pop up. Let's say you want to copy this and use it again. You just select it, hit Control C, and hit close. And let's say I want to use this one again down here. I can right click or double click, and I can hit Control V, and I can paste it in there. So now those two students have comments. So for all your standards, you get 1 comment blank per quarter. Now, the new standards all use 4, 3, 2, 1. There are some that there's actually one in here that uses numbers, and this one is number of sight words. That's the thing. So if you mouse over the top, you'll actually get a little pop-up what it means. If you want to see a little more detailed about that standard, if you double click on it, you'll get a little pop-up that'll actually give you a description of what it is. And to close that, you hit the X, and it says it's okay. And at this point, you're going to see here's number of sight words. These range from 1 to 500, so you can actually right click again and go to grades, and you're going to see this big long list. It's probably just easier in this case just to type. And like 134, I can do 50. So you can do 0. You can do from 0 to 500 words in this list. So that's another option. If you go way to the right, you're going to see some of the old standards dealing with personal development, science, social studies. They actually use even older standards grades. So let's find one of those. So this one says show efforts. It's a personal development standard. So if I right click here, I get grades, and you can see that it uses a C, a U, or an S. I click in grades, you can see this one there's a C, U, or an S. So I do an S, so I can do a U here if I want. Do a C here if I want. You can also do the same fill scores that you did before, and you'll see the grades pop up. I'll do an S this time, and hit an S. Now they all have S's. And once you're done, you make sure you hit save. and that's how you enter standards grades.